Deep in the heart of Malawi lies an initiative that is transforming the future of mining in the country, the Sovereign Services Laboratory. Built to support the ongoing exploration efforts by Sovereign, this state-of-the-art facility specializes in the analysis and separation of rutile and graphite, two rare and highly valuable minerals essential for industries worldwide.
It was set up basically in order to be able to quickly get results from our drilling on site and to make quick decisions. We realized very early that to process our own rutile samples is not very difficult. We needed basic equipment which we bought, and we started training the Malawians, and we got some external inputs into how to do it, and at the end of the day it made sense financially and from a timing point of view to just set up our own lab.
Malawian engineers and technicians are applying advanced methodologies to unlock the secrets held in the country's rich soil through precise steps.
For the exploration samples, basically the sample that arrives here at the lab is a 1.5 kg sample that has to begin processing. The first stage that happens is that when the sample arrives, they have to put it in the oven at 105 degrees Celsius for an hour, and then from there they take it out, they weigh the sample. From there, the sample is then soaked in buckets where it's soaked overnight, then moves the next morning to the next stage, which is called the desliming and screening stage. Once the sample has been dried, the sample will now go for logging, where geologists will now log what they see in the material. Now we start using the shaking table to separate heavy minerals from lighter minerals. Rutile basically is a heavy mineral. So once you've collected that sample, it's now taken to another step, which is called panning, to make the heavy minerals as concentrated as much as we can. Once it has been dried, the sample is now taken to another machine, which is called a magnetic separator. From there, that sample of the non-magnetic sample has to be taken further to the XRF machine, because now we want to determine to see how much rutile is in the non-magnetic sample. In the past, we used to send our samples to scientific services in South Africa for them to do a final analysis, because in the past we did not have equipment that would be as accurate, but now we do.
Notably, the mineral samples processed at the facility are securely shipped overseas for further metallurgical and product evaluation.
Once you process this sample, it gets to 30 grams. When it gets to 30 grams, that sample has to be sent to an external lab to actually quantify, to say this is how much rutile has been found at this sample. Once they process the sample and they give us the quantitative value of how much rutile has been found at a certain area, that sample comes back. We haven't gotten to a stage where we are exporting samples for commercial purposes, but we are only doing exploration, which is a long investigation.
This laboratory is more than a hub for mineral separation and analysis. It is also a beacon of technological advancement.
This is the magnetic separator machine. It separates using the magnets. After the sample has come from the panning stage, where we separate the heavy minerals and the light minerals, the heavy minerals then come on the magnetic separation machine. We feed the heavy mineral into this chute. We then feed into the machine the current. We put it at 0.1 amps and at 2.9 amps to get the heavily attracted minerals like magnetite. It's highly magnetic. After we run it at 0.1 amps, the magnetite will get attracted to the magnet and will be collected into the magnetic particles.
This is the flotation machine. We use this machine in order to separate the graphite from the unwanted materials. Once it has arrived in this room, we put the graphite sample into this cell and we add water to the required mark. There's an impeller down below this shaft which helps to agitate the sample. As it is agitating, by the help of these two chemical reagents, the collector and frother.
Beyond the minerals, it is the people who bring this lab to life.
We have about 30 people permanently working here on different levels. Obviously, that's from junior lab technicians right through to our senior supervisors. Because Malawi doesn't have a mining history, there's very little capacity in country. So one of our big objectives here is to actually build capacity in country.
And the investment goes further. Sovereign is also supporting vocational scholarships at local trade schools, strengthening the foundation for a skilled workforce that will be ready to support Malawi's industrial future across mining and beyond.
We take students that have been passing in their STEM exams and we bring them in Area 4 at our lab. The objective of having the lab visits is that the students should be aware of science and technology, and also if they can pursue mining-related careers in future. We work with the government in the school engagement program, and we are trying to align with the government's agenda of ATMs, agriculture, tourism and mining. We want the students to be conversant with how science works here in Malawi and in the mining industry.
Sovereign Services Laboratory is more than just a mining facility. It is a symbol of hope, progress and opportunity, building a brighter future for Malawi.